Was it Savannah?
Yeah.
You're in.
What up?
Did y'all start it?
It's about to start.
I just YouTube his name.
Yeah, we're on.
No.
Low Budget Live, night 2 of the comeback.
Ashes. Low Budget Live. Hadn't done lives very much lately. Been doing the Low Budget Live, not so live, but we're bringing it back to where it all started. FLW Cup in Columbia, South Carolina a few years ago. We started this train wreck, and we're back. And tonight, right over here to my left, I got one of my favorite folks.
The most poppin' perch.
The most poppin' perch throwing catcher of more 10-pounders than anybody I know. I mean,
Bubba.
Bubba. We call him Bubba.
Listen.
Hangs out with Russell Cecil, another one of my favorite cats. Todd Castledine. He's on his phone. He's over here in the corner. Just fished the FLW Cup. Unfortunately, didn't. Where'd you end up?
I finished so bad I'm way over here on the edge of the couch. So that's how good I did. I don't know. I tied with like 7 other people apparently. And since I think I tied for with 2 other guys. If I look.
Yeah, but what place did you tie in? That was the
know.
question, Tad.
Well,
don't avoid the questions, Tad.
I kind of want to say I finished 25th, but I finished 28th.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'd have to look. I don't want to. Someone's going to be.
I like it. Popping Fat Todd in the house coming in. Steve Guthrie fishing, dropping that in there.
Yeah, 28
Fat.
Plus.
Fat Todd. Where's Brittany? Marshall Gregory says.
She's it.
What's up, guys? Evening, ladies. 13,000 on Low Budget Live already, Darian. For a Saturday night, I think that's pretty good. Saturday night, thank y'all for joining in. Tokyo Rig Kid, you going to let Brian Thrift do you like that? Yeah, we do. We take it. We just take it. Trust me. Tad, you're being quiet so far, and I don't like it.
I didn't really like the Brian Thrift comment. Dude, that dude's freaking unreal. Like, do people realize that he just made a top 10 at the tour at Champlain? Then he wins the coast at Champlain, and then he comes back over here and leads the cup. I mean, does anyone I know I'm not going to mention the guy who used to be known as the best fisherman in the world. It's no comparison right now. There's no one even close.
It hasn't been. I don't think it's been a comparison since Brian's been in the sport. As far as overall consistency, dude, he's not finished worse than 18th in the points ever as a pro. Ever. Ever. Not one time. Not one time ever. When I was on FLW Live today, they were asking me, they're like, tell somebody, you're friends with Brian. You've been out there for a few years now. What's something that people don't realize about Thrift? And I think that it's how good he is with his electronics and how much he utilizes them shallow.
And that he doesn't have an electronic sponsor, so he
He's
uses
a straight
both.
gangster and doesn't care. Because he
uses
doesn't have
both.
to have
He
one.
kind of does.
He kind of
uses
does
both.
now. Yeah, he does now. Yeah, I think he's running birds, right?
He's got both.
Yeah.
He has Lorraine's and
I think he's hummingbird all the way
I think
now.
he's got
though.
all birds.
Yeah, I think he's all birds now. Pretty sure he is.
Today
Yeah,
he's not.
He roomed with him at Champlain.
I mean, his picture from today, he's got both. He's got 2 hummingbirds, 2 Lorraine's. Y'all want to fight?
Bet. I made my dad buy StarTron. That's a good man right there. Low Budget Live brought to you by StarTron. Right there, guys. It's brought to you by StarTron. This will take the ethanol. You get any ethanol, and here's what it's going to do. It's an enzyme fuel treatment. It's going to take that ethanol, and it's going to make that ethanol wish it never came around. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like what Hannah, Darian's sweet wife, says every time he comes home, damn, I wish he didn't come around. That's what that ethanol is going to say when that StarTron shows up. So right there, StarTron, boom. Low Budget Live brought to you all by StarTron. Thank y'all for watching. 17,000. My people to win the cup are Ryan Salzman or Brian Thrift. Well, I would say you picked one winner in the group for sure. I love Salzman, but I think everything, and I don't know, man. We saw Kyle Walters catch 2 on one crankbait today, 2 kickers at the same time that anybody in the field would love to have. And when stuff like that happens, it's kind of your week sometimes to win. What do you think, Todd? When something like that crazy happens, or is that just luck, or is that? I mean, obviously he's on the right place at the right time, but dude, when stuff like that happens historically in tournaments, it's like put his name on it, right?
No.
You don't think so?
No. You know who the guy who wins is? Is the guy who's sitting
His name's Brian Thrift.
the guy who's sitting on 4 fish at 12 o'clock
Yeah.
and brings in 12 pounds because
I'm with you.
like that's what he does.
I agree with that.
So when
I'll
everything
agree with
goes like it's just gonna happen.
And with everything he's done in the sport to an angler of the year, winning regular, like this is all he's missing. And like this is, I don't think you see him just like tap out tomorrow at all.
I don't even get what he's doing, to be honest with you.
Well, I watched him on live
Yeah,
today, and
I
he's
haven't
just
seen any of it.
running around like he
Yeah.
always does. I mean, he's just like fish, just fish a worm in a brush pile for a while, and then he'll be on the bank for a little bit, and then he'll be back out throwing a big worm in a brush pile again. And he's just all over the place, fishing like both, just fishing shallow and deep. It's all over the place. But that's what Jordan Osborne was doing, and that's the only guy today on live when I was on there I never saw go to the bank was Big Kyle Walters. He just stayed out in the brush the whole time, the whole time.
My pick to win is not Austin Felix.
How did somebody say Darian's pick to win is Austin Felix?
I'm not getting any messages. You'll have to read them on.
Brian Thrift does run 2 birds and 2 Lowrance. There you go. 21,000 on Low Budget Live. Todd, this is your second cup in a row. Second year on tour. You're having a conversation
No, I'm listening.
while we're having Low Budget Live, man.
Second year on tour.
Second year on tour, and you made the cut both years, man. That's not easy to do. So you don't seem you don't get nervous. I don't feel like you're cool, calm, and collected and confident, dude. Was this year any different for you than last year? Or like butterflies, or like because you knew what to expect, like with the late days and the weigh-ins are going to take forever, and your whole family's here. It's just a lot of distractions. Was it this one any better, or was this one worse? Or
Like for the cup?
yeah, as far as just like the overall emotions of it, was this one any different
No. I mean,
versus say a regular FLW when we're
No.
wherever?
No.
Same deal.
same deal. The only deal here is that like it's going to be a cooler weigh-in. Like
Well,
seriously.
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
But
It's
I
awesome.
mean, no, I mean it's like everyone always asks me like, am I excited? No, not really. I don't really get excited for these things. I mean, it just because, man, I don't know, fishing for this long, that many times. When I say this long, not the tour, just man, we all treat it the same deal. Like a tournament back home,
you want to win.
dude, I want to win.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and you still got to go out there and do whatever you can to win. Those are just as hard. And I say just as hard. Man, you got to like do the exact same thing. And so, like, it's just another day. I mean, I can't make them bite any better just because
No.
it's the cup, So, I mean, it's just one of those deals.
I mean, you've turned into on tour. I mean, you've always been consistent and you've won a lot, but I'm saying on tour, like making the cup, you got to be consistent. Like you can't go out swinging for the fences all the time. But I feel like you are a dude that's, and I hate that term, swing for the fences, but like you do fish for like big ones all the time, and you do.
I hate that.
I know, but
And
I'm
I
saying
heard it
like
this week.
Yeah, of course, but like in a tournament like this, there's only one place, and that's first. Nobody
Right,
cares. I mean,
right,
the
but-
money changes a little bit as the standings go, but like nobody here wants to finish 12th and be like, yeah, I mean, well, you know how to get a tournament. I finished 12th. You finished 25th.
Well, yeah.
And that's a great finish, but it's like
Man,
nobody cares.
I might
Nobody's gonna
take a
remember that.
12th. Like sometimes like
That's-
the 12th is the best you could ever have done, if that makes sense.
No, I
like,
totally get
man,
it.
I just pulled out a 12th place finish.
Absolutely.
I should have
Absolutely.
finished 40th, but
Yeah.
I finished 12th.
Yes.
And so then there's other tournaments where like, man, I had a chance at this one. I felt good going into it. This one was good. This one I felt good.
This
Dude,
is your
it was-
kind of deal.
It was pretty crazy out there in practice.
So what did you think leaving practice was going to be the deal?
Okay,
And
yeah.
what is from what we're seeing now? Because you got different weather in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, but I never saw clouds. So pre-practice, I rode down here for a day and a half, and after a day and a half, I was done. I was like, I don't need to do anything else. There was just giant wolf packs of them. Like
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna have
Are those wolf packs 3 to 5 fish, or are there more of them?
Yeah, I had two that were 10 fish, all over 4 pounds.
And
All the wolf packs
brim
were-
eaters, right? Up there eating bluegill.
And they weren't really necessarily on perch beds either. They were just cruising. But so I got videos of it. Like I caught a double out there in practice on top water. I mean, I've got one where I catch a 4.5, and on video I'm like, hey, the group went down there. Hold on just a second, and I go down there and fire out there, and I have like 4 of them eat it on the same cast. So like I'll do a video on YouTube later.
Todd Castledine Fishing on YouTube.
But
make sure you subscribe.
So when I came back, it was different. Like there's no more wolf packs of them, but they all started getting around the same stuff. So the only difference is they stayed still. So like I'd find these fish and I'd see them for 3 or 4 days in a row, sitting up there in a foot of water.
So you're just marking them like you're marking fish on the bed. They're just hanging.
Well, after the first 3 or 4 that I threw on, I mean, it hits the water and they freaking just eat it. I never threw on another one.
Probably a pap and perch.
Yeah. I mean, some of them I'd have to find fishing, because I wouldn't know. But a lot of them I would just see, and I'm like, oh, I mean, so I would either mark fit. Like I had about 50, 60 waypoints, and it was either where I got bit or when I saw them.
Wow.
So it was. I mean, there were days I had a couple 18 to 20 pound days, and it was cool, man. Because I was like, this is what I want to do. Like if I could have it just run as fast as I can. I mean, my trolling motors. I mean, batteries. Dude, I ran them all down, all of them, every day.
And you carry extras.
All the extra ones were gone.
Yeah, Todd carries extra batteries, trolling motor batteries, out every day.
Everyone's like, man, I'm running new water. I'm like, I don't need to. There's no more water.
It's small. There's not a lot of new water, right?
I need to take a picture. I got a picture of the map of like what it looks like of my trails, like almost the entire banks from. It's pretty insane.
That's
so
crazy.
And what's crazy is I was telling my guy today, I said, hey man, we can go around and fish stuff, but watch, I'll catch a fish if I catch a fish, it will be on a waypoint, and we're talking a shallow waypoint, like every single one of them for 2 days. I never caught a random fish.
Really? So you knew?
I mean, I tried to.
Yeah.
But it never happened.
You told me on the phone earlier though that you lost some fish.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't lose anything crazy. I lost a 2.5 pounder. I mean, I'm not one of those guys. Like I lost a 2.5 pounder every day, and the 2 biggest fish one a day. When one of them was Billy and Bobby. I had Billy and Bobby. Billy and Bobby was a 3.5 and a 4 pounder that set on a point that I'm sure no one found because it was the worst looking spot on the entire lake, and they sat there in a foot of water every day. And they went there yesterday. I went over there and I pulled up there and I was like, hey, watch this first cast. If she's there, she freaking crushed it, missed it.
Really? Billy and Bobby.
Billy and Bobby.
Shout out to Billy and Bobby. If y'all are watching tonight, y'all crushed my man's dreams and making the top 10 at the FLW Cup. We don't appreciate that. And I hope you get caught in the night tournament and filleted. Mm-hmm. I think I can say that. I hope that's the case.
Ask Todd's driver if my truck is still intact. Brittany Castledine.
There's a curb taken or two, but it made it.
Brittany, we were just upset you didn't come, honestly.
That's true. You already the first comment I think was about Brittany. Was it right?
Was
Where's Brittany?
And now Brittany's in the comments. Brittany, I hope you're subscribed to my channel now that you have a YouTube account.
I think she did.
You better be subscribed. You better be subscribed. Let's see. If y'all got any questions for Todd, this is really good stuff. It's rare that I get quiet.
Yeah.
I just like listening to Todd. He'll break it down for you. Todd is I would say a very aggressive fisherman, like power fishing, super aggressive.
I thought you were saying like moving in on people.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought too. Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about just like techniques. Like you love to throw top water, you love to throw braid, you love to run your trolling motor batteries down, covering water. No, I'm not saying you're rolling up on people and throwing bows.
I mean, I threw some 12-pound, man. Like little shaky headed. I caught some yesterday and today on a Darren.
On a spinning rod?
No.
Dang, I was hoping.
No. But
how many spinning rods do you have?
3.
It's more than he had.
Oh,
more than he had when he started tour.
Let's see. I want to say, I say Cherokee. I caught every single fish on Cherokee on day 2 on spinning rod.
Britt says it's called an EpiPen now.
What?
She's talking about you. When is Todd going to compete in the hot dog eating competition?
Dude, I gave all that up.
He gave it up?
Yeah.
You retired?
I told
you got out the game?
I mean, I'm going to start eating healthy now. The weight's getting to me.
Yeah.
Some Oreos.
Yeah. Some Oreos.
Some dang Oreos. You know, we really brought you on here tonight to talk to you about your obesity.
Yeah.
And
that's a bad deal. I mean, you can tell on live
Todd,
when somebody's really getting fat.
And diabetes is real. And you need to accept that. And you need to slow down. You need to slow down. And a lot of people out there think that you might be fit, but it's Photoshop, and people in your life like Darren and I that see you all the time and see your eating habits, like, we care about you. And
If somebody starts getting fat, you just say, "Hey."
you just got to, you just got to let them know. You got to let them know.
That's why we invited you.
And I've been, clearly you can look at me and tell I've been doing the keto diet, and I'd like for you to join me in my keto quest.
Dude, I've been dieting, man. I'm telling you.
So you're trying.
Yeah,
You are trying to not be fat Todd.
Yes, I'm working on it.
And it'll be hashtag not as fat Todd. Not as fat. He's working on his eating habits, and he works out pretty hard. That's what Brittany came in with. I've heard he's got a wife that just knows how to train you.
No, she doesn't do. No, she used to.
She used to.
She's lost the motivation.
All of the days took you a rig, kid. Listen,
Marshall Gregory coming in says those 4 hot dogs at the Costa camp say differently. LD, I'm going through the line, and this lady, there were actually 2 hot dogs, Marshall, but I appreciate the joke. So I'm going through the food line at lunch, and the lady hands me, I was like, yeah, I want a hot dog. She hands me a hot dog, and she goes, here, you want another one? Yeah, me too. I'm like, got my jersey on, so I couldn't call her what I wanted to call her. Like, really? What if I just wanted, a salad? You don't have a salad. You don't have a healthy option.
They didn't have it.
But Marshall happened to walk up at the same time. I was like, he just gave me 2 hot dogs. Hashtag Costa. Shout out to Costa for not only providing us the finest eyewear out there, sunglasses to see those bass, but also these nice
Party
cups.
Party cups.
Party cups. Second night in a row. Wow, Brittany
Yeah,
says.
she didn't like my comment about her motivation.
Ooh,
I already know.
Brittany? Sounds like this is becoming an intervention. David Garner chiming in on the YouTube comments. Well, it is, David, and we care about Todd. We care about our friends here in the squad and Low Budget Live, and Todd is somebody that we care a lot about. So we don't want to lose him to the diabetes.
You did invite me over here.
I know, to a hotel room.
Yes, with close and personal friends.
Yes.
And
It's
then
very quiet. The lighting is really good in here.
And then have everyone else
Comment
on live.
Yeah.
What's in these party cups? Duke Jinkle in the house. Is there a slight man crush on Castledine from OLD? Listen, I'll look in the camera and tell you this. Todd's a beautiful man. I don't care to tell you that. Darian's wife loves Todd. My wife loves Todd. My mom loves Todd.
I like her mom.
Yeah, you do. And that's fine because I love Todd's wife as well. I love Todd's wife. So it's all good. But yes, I have a tiny crush on Todd.
Tiny.
Very small. Tiny, not a word you really think about when you think about Todd.
How come you only roomed with us a couple times? You were supposed to all year.
I know, but then Sammy had a roommate
Sam.
issue.
Good old Sam.
Good old Sammy.
Boy problem.
No shame in my game, Duke. What's in these party cups? In my party cup tonight is Tito's, and Tito, if you'd like to, hit us up.
For real.
Hit us up, Low Budget Live. If anybody knows Tito, have him text me. Have him slide in my DMs on Instagram. I'm sure Tito's a nice guy. Or is Tito a woman? Do we know? It's a guy? Tito's a guy?
Bensman knows
Tito's
this?
is Texas vodka,
How
right?
do you know this, Bensman?
He sponsors my Texas A&M tailgate.
Are you serious?
Whoa! Hey,
throwing it
so
out there. Whoa.
Off camera, we have Jason, we have Josh. Oh, Benzema. Y'all yell out your Instagram handle so everybody can follow you.
JB Fishing.
JB Fishing, and my man almost won the Costa this year
Yes.
First place.
at Rayburn. He's the first place loser, but we were proud of him.
Second's good. It pays.
And Jace
really
breaks
well.
jack plates. Jace, I apologize. I just officially met you today, and that's the only stat I have on you is that you destroyed a jack plate. But it was not a TH Marine jack plate, but he needs me to replace his terrible jack plate that he broke with a TH jack plate.
There you go.
But he assured me that if anybody can break the new TH jack plate, it'll be him. That's what he told me today. Shout out to TH Marine, by the way.
Big time.
That was a subtle plug there. What's it say? Jace breaks his boats weekly. That's coming in. Coming in on the
that's
hotline.
Brandon.
That's
Yeah,
Brandon. Yeah.
that's
Coming
me.
in on the hotline. Luke and Todd, who's your favorite travel partner? Well, I mean, his is a no-brainer. I can answer for him.
Okay,
It's Russell. He's never going to break up with Russell
Okay,
ever.
I'm gonna change that question. Who's your favorite person to go to dinner with? David Dudley.
Dudley, yes, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dudley.
Look, I still
I
got.
like how you changed your wife's question.
Yeah, I did. That's pretty good, huh? Because
I like how you avoided the answer and then changed the question.
Well, I'm just saying because like that's the all-time best dinner, and I've got $1 million idea. It's still out there. It involves Dudley, but yes, it's a no-brainer. $1 million idea. Got it.
Josh destroyed
Hit
a
me
trolling motor and a graph.
Bridges give
Coming
Josh
out.
hell.
No.
Somebody's got a crush on Harper Karsten. Well, you know what?
Go home.
It's my daughter, and just saying, be glad I don't have your address.
Yeah.
Don't drop that in the comments below. Thumbs up.
Kind of quiet.
Got quiet. Got quiet.
Awkward.
Welcome to my life, Britt says. Welcome to my life because you changed that question. Todd, where did all the Oreos go? Well, you know what? I'm going to switch that question around a little bit. I'm going to ask you why you're asking me about
And where's
where
dinner?
those salads
Are
went.
you cooking dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Or am I cooking?
Where have you been?
Yeah. Where have you been?
I like it. Drop a pin. What?
It's gotten weird.
They're asking about my daughter dropping a pin. Somebody's getting pepper sprayed. Listen, I've made really good buddies with Dustin Arnold, who's an Arkansas State Trooper, and I promise you, I got some backup now.
Yeah.
He knows state troopers. He's a bad man. Bad dude. I dare you, Karsten, to give him your address. Somebody's saying. Yeah, you don't want to do that, Karsten.
I wouldn't.
Don't do it. Duncan, how'd you let Darian beat you to 10,000 souls? Here's the deal.
I paid for him.
You can pay for subscriptions, and Darian figured that game out, guys, and you stroke a check.
Dollar make you holler.
You know, I said last night, I said it. I'll say it again. He tried to get me not to say it, but
Don't.
Darian's daddy's boy Duckett. The Gunnersville. That's why he fishes Gunnersville all the time.
I can't believe
He tries to throw everybody off by not using Duckett rods, but
Dude, look at him. He's got
boy
white
Duckett.
rods. No doubt.
and white sunglasses.
Yes, guaranteed.
And white.
But if they're Costa, shout out. Hashtag Costa.
Like
They're
he-
all right.
Like
They're all right, you know?
if he wears a hat fishing, like
He does wear a hat
Yeah, but
fishing.
that's only on camera because if he's not, I mean, you know, because he doesn't want to look that toolish. But for the most part, he wants to go out there without a hat,
yeah.
or he'll get called out on it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're in London, Kentucky. My man sent his address. Come on.
Talon Trail.
On Talon Trail. You just gave your address to 29,000 people on YouTube. I mean, wait.
Everyone mailed this man a pile of shit. 90 Talon Trail, London, Kentucky.
1 to 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it just goes quick. It went quick last night as well. Trust me. We've been good so far.
Darian's coming down to see me this week. Darian's right?
Yeah.
He's coming down to see me.
Yeah.
I'm driving on Thursday.
I don't I haven't told my
Darian
wife
looks
that.
like a visor kind of guy, so there are
Hey,
pictures.
Britt, we're fishing on Friday.
Yeah.
Love you.
There are
I'll do a
pictures of
ham and cheese
Darian in a
sandwich.
visor. Somebody said you look like a visor guy. He's
Yeah,
not a
he
visor
kinda-
guy.
I fished out of a visor one time.
One time.
I mean, I smashed him too, to be honest. 10XT.
Todd is rubbing off on you. Like there it was, yeah, just cranking
Just cranking him up.
them up.
The
Just
visor's
doing what I
the deal,
do.
though. The visor, you can put it around your whole leg, like when you're running. That shit don't fly out. That visor,
If I had a visor in my boat, I'd hope it'd fly out.
no.
Now I got this bald head, I can't have a
Visor,
visor.
you can put all the way around your
Nah,
shoe.
you can't
gotta
have
just
you
step
can't
on
have
it.
that visor.
I've never lost a hat or sunglasses.
We're going
on
to
water.
the corner over here. Visors, Benzema, visor fan.
I can't do it.
Jace, visor.
If you check my Instagram, there's a few visors.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember saying, have you ever not?
No,
Like,
that's
have
not-
you ever won
honestly,
one?
okay, there's a picture of me. I played music at the McDonald's Big Bass Splash years ago, the year Blake Shelton was there. After I got through playing, I had to go back and work the TH booth, and I had a TH Marine visor on. Well, I got to meet Blake after he played, and there's a picture, old school, on Facebook of me somewhere of me wearing a visor with a TH shirt with Blake Shelton.
That see, and
And he had skinny jeans.
and,
Yeah.
and I will say, I
Long
have
time.
there's a video of me. There's a video of me with a visor
Kane
on,
Simpson coming in.
and I got catching that gator.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a big
Yeah,
one. And I'm gonna have to throw that on YouTube eventually.
You do need to throw that on.
That's
What's your buddy's name? Boudreaux?
Yeah, Brent.
Brent.
Broussard.
Yeah, Broussard. Yeah, not Boudreaux.
James wants to know why he wasn't invited. Obviously, yeah. So listen, James is over
James
there.
who?
Watson. He's over
my
there
gosh,
with Brittany.
Do you
and
realize
everyone
that
else.
James Watson truly just quit the sport of bass fishing? He quit FLW. Did you hear that he retired from the Bass Pro Tour too?
Oh yeah,
He just hosts that show now.
yeah. He just coffee talk or something.
Yeah, that's all he does. He just drinks coffee all the time. He got old.
Have you been invited to his coffee talk?
No, I haven't.
Have you?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe that's why you don't get invited, James.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you're not worldwide.
No, he ain't even countywide anymore.
No, he's
He
coffee
really-
wide.
Yeah, he really.
He's Starbucks
He
wide.
really dropped the ball.
He's just Starbucks wide.
Just kidding, guys. Love you, miss you, James. Why didn't you come, James? You don't have to open
No,
invite.
no.
Oh, it's not?
No. He gets invited to a lot of things, but lately he's been playing the sponsor card, right? He just
No, yeah, he's a big deal.
Wherever the sponsors ask him to go, he goes, and so he doesn't like friends. Who needs them?
Yeah.
So I mean, he goes wherever the money pays him, and he gave up.
Marshall Gregory is very quick, and he said, "You're not invited to coffee talk because it's very clear you don't need the coffee talk."
I can tell you one thing: like if you ask any of my marshals, they're like, "Man, do you would think so?" I don't think I said about 6 words all day long today or yesterday.
David Fields, Kane Simpson, your video of Hank Cherry and the ball wash was great. It was.
Yeah.
Kane knocks out some videos now. His interpretation of Todd's waltz video was
Amazing.
was amazing.
It was
Best
pretty good.
ever.
Best video.
It was really,
It was a
really
pretty
good.
one.
It was right there with Darian jumping out of the boat and going into outer space.
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
he did
that was
too. It
good.
was really,
Yeah, but
really
when
good.
Todd goes running through the snow in Marty Robinson's pond,
yeah,
I like the dancing.
the dancing.
The dancing's that's my best one. Russell liked the Forrest Gump.
I'm alone with Brittany.
James Watson Worldwide coming in. I'm alone with Brittany now. Continue your stupid show. Oh, thanks for being here. 31,000. James Watson in the comments. Guys, if you have any questions for James Watson, go ahead and ask him. He probably doesn't know the answer because he can't read, but go ahead and drop them in there in the comments.
And yeah, that's it.
No
Nothing.
questions
Nothing.
popped up. All right,
Exactly.
well, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, no one cares about Watson. Hey, he
Hey.
fishes that that I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Some tour. He's
Yeah.
fishing the tour.
The LFL, Little Fish League.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Well, they got their roll tide. They got their roll tide championship next week.
We just fished that. I just fished that this week too. So I hit in 5 for 710. So
Yeah, they got their championship event next week.
I know.
The Marquee
Wisconsin.
Championship.
I
of
think
Sport.
Wisconsin.
What is it? Eelgrass? What's it called? Crest white strips.
Hey, so me and Watson have a video. Well, it's not out yet. We made a video to explain.
Did James make the red crest? I'm not even being smart.
No. But me and him did a video on
I don't know who made it.
how to.
They didn't make it. Swindle didn't make it.
No, neither did Kevin.
Van
No.
Dam didn't make it.
So we did a video at his house on explaining the format of all this stuff. It might be one of the best videos ever made. And Watson's manager Michelle, who's single by the way, still single, looking for a man. She is. Will not post the video. So there's some discrepancy about.
Questionable, right?
Well, apparently, I thought it's freaking gold. but-
Because I will say this, and I didn't bring you on here to be controversial, and I don't even want to throw shade, but you do have opinions about Major League Fishing.
I have opinions about a lot of things.
You do. You have opinions about it. You're like me. You have opinions about everything.
I have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we have opinions, and that's one of the things I like about you the most. But now you got opinions about Major League Fishing.
My wife is freaking out right now.
She's panicking because
She's
I'm putting
real
you.
panicking. Yeah. She's not liking
Well,
it.
if she's panicking, then I think we should go forward.
Yeah.
That's always what I think makes for the best podcast. Like I said earlier, though, you're a dude that is aggressive, fish for big bites. So you feel like your style wouldn't be suited for the Bass Pro Tour?
Be horrible. It just would be. I mean, it's kind of horrible for the tour. I mean, It's really good.
I don't know. It seems to be working out.
No. Well, I mean, hey, I had a lot of bombs this year, and I just made them up for one the other day. The day two. One, I had a lot of 20-pound bags. They just happened on one day and not the other. So I mean, the way I look at it is, man, like there's certain things I'm pretty good at. Like I can sight fish. I've won some Costas and a lot of tournament sight fishing. Sight fishing's out in that.
I know.
And that scares me because I mean that saves me. That saved me a lot this year, and so I mean I'm afraid that wouldn't
suit your style.
Yeah, I mean it's not suiting a lot of guys' style.
And I know, it's made some guys. I won't say irrelevant because I hate that word, but it's made a lot of guys. At least their techniques they were known for irrelevant. You think about a guy like Greg Hackney, who's like super power fishing, big flipper, Ish Monroe. Some of these guys like that are real technique specific, throwing a frog. They're just, and I'm not saying. I mean.
We're not knocking it, but it is what it is. It's hard.
I will defend the fact, like I get tired of people that say, mostly Little Fish League or whatever. Yeah, that might be what prevails, but on a lake like Table Rock, the fact that Wheeler caught 80-something or whatever, that's, to me, you and I have had this argument. I know where you're fixing to
you have
rail me.
no idea what I'm about to say.
But I think that's all. Like, I think that's
Do you know why he only caught 87?
Because he stopped
Nope.
beating their brains out?
No. Because
he didn't want to catch 120? I don't know. Because he was catching a bunch of them.
They did the math. He can only catch one that fast. By the time it takes to reel it in, to weigh it, to sign, to do all that, that's about how you really can't hardly go over that number. They said that you can catch one.
Okay, hold on now. Say that again because I like that.
This was told to me by
makes sense.
Some fishermen that they did the math
that
on
makes
it,
sense.
and they were like, you really can't catch more than that.
It'd be hard to catch 100.
Yes,
by the time you take them off the hook, weigh them, sign your little
that's
slip.
What was told. I haven't done. I haven't done it, but that's what was told.
Well,
to me.
you only got what are their periods? Right, they fish like
4
hours or 3 hours, and they got breaks in there. So yeah, it'd probably be hard.
Yeah. That's I mean.
So that's even crazier that you catch 80 than 87 or whatever he weighed in.
Having to take a break and do that's tough.
Yeah, talking to like Atkins about it. He says that he hates that part of it. Just he's like, man, it just kills my flow. Like we take a break and you got these.
Because what if you caught like 4 or like say you had 5 for like 15 pounds? You got a bunch of 3-pounders, and all of a sudden you're like catching 2 8s. Like normally, like I throw it back. You're just chunking 2 8s back because you're not worried about him.
That's
right.
And
I mean, you're getting in there, and now you got to like
stop.
Which I mean,
everyone.
I guess that's a bad problem to have, right?
Catching
2 8s every cast and going, I have to sit there and weigh it and sign it, right?
Let's see, who wants to fish for dinks all day? And Boyd is a D-bag. I give it another year and a flop as a tour.
I think like anything, I mean, everything's changed. The tour's changed. The tour used to go to some bad, like lakes that 12 pounds a day wins, and man,
that ain't happened in the last 2 years.
Every tournament we go to, I mean, it's
12 pounds a day won't get you paid.
Get you paid
Anywhere.
I mean, think about that. Is there a lake we've been to this year that got paid with 24 pounds in 2 days?
Yeah, Seminole. Yeah,
Seminole did.
Yeah, because I got the last check at Seminole, and
You're right.
I had like 23 for 2 days, so it took less than. I had 22 or 23 for 2 days and got paid.
I got.
Cherokee. I mean, Grand Lake.
Oh yeah.
Grand Lake took. Like if you called a limit, they were like, "High five! Here's your check."
Yeah, but I mean, they were still big.
No, they're big bags. I mean, I weighed a 7-pounder the last day too. I mean, like they were big ones.
I had 20 on day one. I think 24 was leading it.
Yeah. But I weighed 5 for 2 days. That's to check by an ounce.
That's not because of small fish though. That's because of like
just couldn't get bit.
It's hard to get big. Yeah.
I don't know about the MLF thing failing. I won't go that far. And I don't think I would say I don't think they fish for dinks all day.
No, some of them don't.
I don't think. I don't know.
Like
but it's the nature of the beast. Like he who catches the most is going to win. So you're trying to get the most bites. Sometimes, I mean, in that deal, if I do find me a school of 2-pounders in practice, I'm going to jump up and click my heels. I'm like, hey, get out of here, 4-pounders.
Like fishing for dinks is
only
not
8
necessarily
4-pounders
easy.
No, none of it's easy. When people say stuff like that, and David, I'm not knocking you in any way.
He's
with
right.
your comment. You're
He's
right.
They-
And
some-
I think from a
some people
fan
are
base,
looking
people,
for him.
yeah,
Yes.
people are doing that. And from a fan standpoint, I know like my dad hates watching it because of that. But at the same time, dude, anybody that looks at it is like, oh, hell, man, all I got to do is go fish that Major League Fishing deal and go throw me a wacky worm around the bank and do that. Well, there are guys by the name of like Kevin Van Dam that got their teeth railed this year, and some pretty impressive resumes in the sport of bass fishing that couldn't just go throw a wacky worm and catch enough to compete on it. So some of the weights and like what it took to make the cuts were pretty staggering.
Yeah, I'll give
Even
you
though
one.
it was made them in 2-pounders, it was a lot of dang 2-pounders.
Other than Brian Thrift, it had like the 78.
Yeah.
5. We're talking 5 fish.
Yeah.
We're not talking
Yeah, it ain't always easy to catch 5.
5. Apparently, I mean, in 5, he had 78 total days of fishing.
Yeah.
Dude, no one was even close to that. So guys can't go out there and figure out how to catch 5 dinks in 8
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
on tour. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not exactly
36 hours of practice to try to figure out how to catch 5 on the first day.
Dude, I am the worst at it.
Oh, I practice terrible. Yeah, I would agree with that, Steven. It's hard to catch 80 pounds. Yeah, Marshall, okay. Marshall says a 1-pound fish isn't a keeper.
I know.
And, you know, some places it is. That's a 12-inch.
Dude,
I'd like to see them go by a length. I'd like to see them go by a length instead of the pound thing. Because, like, at Conroe,
I think
where these guys
I
are
think-
from, the guys in the corner from Conroe, it's 18-inch size limit
16,
or whatever,
16
16. Well, like,
inches.
you weigh in a
Dude,
pounder at
it's a
Conroe.
what?
That's
Two-
but they call
2426 is
But
is a keeper on Conroe.
But they
all day.
caught big ones down there. You know, the North Carolina lake they went to, they caught a bunch of big ones on those 2 lakes where they've never really had a normal tournament. They whacked those big ones out there in North Carolina. So these guys are still amazing. They're still catching big fish. You know, I saw a lot of stats about the Table Rock tournament. I don't feel like that's a fair comparison though, because that place has got a lot of little ones in it, a lot of fish. And I know you've been there the week before. Go ahead, turn loose.
It was
It was tough when you guys were there.
no. For
At Table
what?
Rock,
Dude, there's
the
about
weights were low
there was
for a 5-fish tournament. What,
I
15 a
guess,
day
for what to what?
to win Table Rock on the coast of the week before the MLF was there?
No, I don't think
Took
I had
less than
15.
that.
I had 17 and 15 after 2 days.
Look it up, Benzema.
Now day
Stats
3,
corner,
now
stats corner coming through.
Day
stats
3,
corner.
I only had 12 and a half. Maybe I had 17 and then upper 15s, something like that. I don't know. Maybe it did only take. No, I think it took over 15. But the deal is that like
46-3-1.
yeah, over
46,
15.
so less
Over-
than
No,
a little over 15 a day.
over-
Barely over 15 a day. But
Yeah,
I'm
but-
saying though, when you put all those guys,
44-7.
so whenever you put all those guys on that lake though, a week later, and there weren't a lot of 3-pounders caught, but it wasn't because I don't think it had anything to do with the way they
No,
were fishing.
yes.
You think?
100%.
You think so?
100%.
But to me, if I'm getting
Here's
87
why.
bites
Here's
in a
why.
day,
So
the chances of me catching a 3-pounder at some
But
point
listen.
probably are pretty freaking good.
So when I got there, like I just got, I think we had just come from somewhere. So I called up Russell. I'm like, "Hi, you missed it." He's like, "What?" I'm like, I put the trolling motor down. I said I've seen about 60 on beds. All Kentuckies, all freaking
Just little guys.
dude. They were. It was insane how many Kentuckies there were down the bank, like just one after another. I mean, it was incredible. And I was like, but I never stopped on one. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, like that's not going to help you. So it was pretty cool. You know, I mean, there were a lot of those fish, but I mean, that gets you. I mean, that doesn't. Now I went out to. Now I didn't any smallmouth fish in that tournament, and I didn't
Yeah.
catch very many small ones.
Yeah.
Smallmouth fishing. You know,
You pretty much weighed all smallmouth, didn't you?
I'd
Close.
4. I weighed 4 largemouth, all off the bed, and everything else was smallmouth.
Top water too, right?
Swim bait.
Swim
Some
bait.
on a top water, some on a swim bait.
Okay. 48,000 watching Low Budget Live right now.
that's a
48,000.
And where it takes us.
15 and a half a day.
I will say one thing about canes. Is there any chance the cup will ever take place in the spring? And how do the FLW anglers about moving the cup in the earlier? I don't really care if they move it earlier, and I understand why they can't do it. Like I had a bunch of guys today go like, why can't we just go to Rayburn? Like because we would smash them
Yeah.
right now. But I mean, where are you gonna have it, Jasper?
Here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying, Jasper, Walmart. I mean,
yeah. With
have
these
to
marquee
have-
events, they have to have an arena to weigh in because that's part of the the special thing of the cup. You have to have an FLW requires they want an arena connected to the convention center where they have an expo. They want people to be able to walk from the show to the weigh-in. That's something a lot of people don't know. Bass at the Classic, they will actually separate the expo from the weigh-in. They'll have theirs in an arena, but FLW, personally, that's what they like. No, Kane, I don't think the cup will ever be in the spring. They'll never put it on top of the Classic. That's kind of the Classic's deal. I think it'll stay here. If anything, I think you might see it go a little later, maybe even to September or something. But
Can we talk about Jacob Wheeler since there's some comments about him?
yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to catch back up here.
Well, there's a whole nother comment section about that has nothing to do with us. Apparently,
Yeah, they've got their own. They've got their own
I like it.
live
let,
show
let them
going
just,
on.
Let them just live it up. I
They're,
like
they're
it.
living right now.
It's gone crazy on here. Krista Fields is just in here dropping knowledge. She is
From
really,
everywhere.
She's really dialed on Jacob Wheeler cheating.
She's
Krista,
good.
I'll just say this, and this is going to be probably the end all. But did you fish those MLF tournaments that he cheated in?
Yeah.
Because that's all I'll say about it. Listen, there are black clouds around people that beat other people's teeth in on a regular basis, and I think I've heard that about that dude for a really, 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 really long time. There's always something about him. I'll say this about him, and I'm not defending anybody with this statement, but I'll say this. Fished the BF All-American, was 21 years old. Won it. Fished the Forest Wood Cup. Won it. Went to the FLW Tour. Kicked everybody's ass. Never won on tour other than the Cup, but he did win the Forest Wood Cup. Then he got invited to Bass Fest.
Won it.
Won it. Won
His
Man.
first Elite Series tournament.
Yeah. Then he goes to the Elite Series.
Won it.
Won it. When he got invited to MLF,
Whooped that ass.
whooped that ass. Then he went to they started his Bass Pro
So-
Tour.
so the top
whooped
of the-
that ass.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if Jacob Wheeler is a cheater in bass fishing, then by God, he's the best one there's ever been. But I'm just going to go out on the line and say this. You could take away information from the boy. You could take away a lot of the things that people say. He'll still beat your ass because people say that about Scott Martin out here, and they say it about Brian Thrift out here, and they say it about Todd Castledine on Sam
Kevin.
Rayburn, I'm sure, and anybody that beats them. And I'll promise you, at the end of the day, they're still some of the best fishermen to ever pick up a rod and reel.
That wasn't the question.
What was the question? I'm just looking at chatter. There's not a question.
No,
People
no,
are just
no,
throwing
no.
out stuff.
That's not the question. The
Okay, he
question
stepped
wasn't,
off of his
is
boat
he a
on
good
Bass
fisherman?
Live. Krista's saying he stepped off of a boat on Bass Live. Okay, my question is this: on that,
No, I'm just
stepping
I'm
off a
saying
boat on
just-
Bass Live, is that a
no.
is that a disqualification penalty to step off your boat?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did he still beat their ass catching them?
Here's what I'll say: if
just
if
pop
we
one.
had a lie detector test for this event,
I didn't
which
say
they did,
Brian Thrift cheated. I'm just saying if
Listen,
people in club tournaments beat everybody's ass, oh my God, that guy's cheating. If Josh Benzema wins every Tuesday night on Conroe, he's definitely cheating.
Yeah.
It happens. I have fished since I was 12 years old. I have been a guy that's got accused of cheating. I have been in groups of guys that have talked about the other guy that's cheating. Like, it happens at every level of this sport. It always has, and it always will. It always will. Period.
But
Go ahead.
But there are cheaters
There are cheaters.
because they get caught.
Yeah.
They've gotten caught.
But to me, a cheater in the sport of bass fishing shoves a weight in a fish's mouth at a McDonald's Big Bass Sealy tournament.
Or in a club
I'm
tournament.
not going to mention that guy's name. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Russell Cecil's got the best.
We got
the,
him. We got
yeah,
them
that's
all.
the best.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
that's the
them
best.
all.
I think did we? I can't remember if we told that on Low Budget at Rayburn or not. But
Yeah, y'all did.
About the guy-
about the guy throwing over the
yeah.
die. Yeah, he's Cody Bird. Russell, this
Oh,
son
that
of a
guy.
bitch is
Yeah,
cheating.
Well,
That's
you
my
know-
favorite. I love.
You know,
Russell
he got banned in a
But-
high school event.
But I will
'cause
say this at the same time.
he got caught cheating in that.
There
one.
are
The high school kids turned him in.
there are probably gray areas within information rules which are not enforceable whatsoever.
This is what
They're
I-
not.
Hold on, this is what I want to get to. If they gave a lie detector test to everyone that fished the cup, except one person, because you told me one person didn't go to the bank. Guaranteed, if they ask you a question, did anyone give you information during the event? You would fail. 100%.
Absolutely.
Everyone. Because
that's
I
what
got
I'm saying.
told
The information rule is vague.
1,000 times.
Yes.
I'm going down and I'm throwing the same bait on.
And there's
they're
a guy on a boat
You
dock,
catch
like
it? Yeah. No, not a guy. 20 a day.
I know.
And I'm going down the bank and I'm fishing and they're like, you catch anything? Of course, my always answer is like, it's kind of slow, whatever. I got my reasons why I say that. Like, that's because you're fish behind you. There's a good brush pile right.
That's right.
Before you can even say anything, I'm like, all right, thanks, man. I
And
just
the
keep
rule
going
used
down
to
the
be
bank.
written as you couldn't solicit information, which means you can't ask for it. But now it just says receive information. So if a guy standing on a dock tells Todd there's a brush pile behind him and Todd just keeps going, throwing his popping perch, going down the bank, technically he got information.
Oh, yeah. And it
He got information.
Constantly.
So that
And
one's a weird one. And like I
the
said,
10-year-old
I'm not
kid-
defending anybody. I don't know what anybody's ever done, not done. I just think that sometimes you can call a spade and say, you know what? Some people are just really damn good fishermen on top of whatever else.
He catches them in MLF and their deal with no practice.
I know.
He still beats
I know. But he was, whatever.
No
I just,
no info,
it
no.
just, I really, I don't know, that people like to talk about controversial stuff and that's fine, but I don't know, man. I've heard that about, and I like Scott Martin. Scott Martin's one of the hardest working dudes in the sport, dude. People
That
talk.
dude can catch him.
That dude can catch them, man. And people, it's the same crap about him all the time, too. There's just like this cloud, and that's whatever, man. It's so, people just like to talk,
Yeah, see, I mean, did it?
I'm not. People say this guy heated quick. I'm not
No,
heated.
no,
I'm
I'm talking
I
about,
got the
like-
microphone so I can talk louder than y'all
No.
can typing on your keyboard.
it said happen,
It's my show.
Hey.
So eventually, me and Todd will probably talk the loudest.
hey, it said happened to LeBron today. I'm telling you, at least 10 times a day.
Yeah, man.
Like, and man, there's
Very hard.
Listen, at about 12 o'clock, there was a guy on about every fourth boat dock, and you're just going down the bank, and I mean, they're super nice. I will say,
People
by
love to
far,
help
They
fishermen.
were the nicest.
Fishermen as a whole are like,
Hey,
they want to help
and
you.
here's what I figured out. This was by far, hands down, the nicest people on docks I've ever met in my entire life. Not one person ever said anything bad or anything. They all were like, hey, wish us luck, everything. And here's why. I figured it out. This is a no-brainer. They love us because those wakeboarders are out there
Destroying their boats.
6-foot
Yeah.
waves on them constantly, just doing circles. And they're like, a couple fishermen just kind of coming by. We love y'all compared to that guy who's been out there for an hour destroying my boat dock.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, man, like they think
All
we're
the no
great.
wake buoys in the world don't matter when some dude's got that
no.
Malibu that throws that
Yeah.
6-foot wave.
So no one's yelling at you like, hey,
All
slow
day
down or
smashing your
something.
stuff.
No, I mean, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
God.
Information rules, though, I do wish.
You know what
I wish
the
the FLW
information
Tour
rule-
had
yeah.
a no information rule. I love the Elite Series has it. I love that MLF has it. MLF has this thing on the Bass Pro Tour now where you're not even allowed, like me and Todd's rooming together. I can't even talk to Todd and be like, man, I can't believe that water was muddy today. You can't even say that. You're disqualified on paper. You'd fill a polygraph if they ask if I can't ask Todd. You're not allowed to say, hey, man, can I borrow, you got a popping perch? Because that might imply that I got some bites on a
Right.
pop. Like, I'm not allowed to tell him that. I don't like that because I like talking to my buddies when we're at tournaments. I like talking about fishing as much as I like fishing. Obviously, I got a
I heard that
podcast.
was
Hey, low budget life.
I heard that was a big deal. That
Yeah, it's a big deal.
because we all that's why we all like to room together and stuff. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
We all
fun.
get to whatever. No one's. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, we all know what the info rule is.
What it's designed for.
Yes. Like I said, there's a kid on the bank today, and man, I just got to talking to him as I was going by him. He was fishing. I was like, hey, you what you got going on there? And he's like, just talking. And he was like, I caught a 4-pounder on a cricket right here. And I was like, all right, man, did you take a picture? I mean, did I get information? I guess if I went and threw crickets.
To me, breaking the information rule would be obviously the letter of the law, the way it's written. But if it's Thursday, the first day of the tournament, you don't catch them and you call a dude that lives here and you're like, hey, man, did you sink some more brush last night for me? I mean, like, that's some crazy stuff. And I ain't saying it ain't ever happened because I'm going to guess when people are fishing for $125,000, it's probably happened. Might have happened this week. I don't know. I'm just saying information rule is the hardest one to police.
Especially with social media.
So hard because the tournament organizations want us off social media the week of the tournaments because they don't want to see anything. But at the same time, they want us promoting their events. Post what time the weigh-ins are. But like if I say, hey, guys, we're at Chickamauga, like within 10 minutes, I will either have direct messages or comments going, hey, man, I was down there, Ricky Hatchie Creek, go in the back, and there's 3 laydowns on the left. There's 4 5-pounders back. I mean, like, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You're going to see it, and you're just like, damn it. You know, delete it, whatever.
I
You
don't
can't
get
be reading.
those.
Or you can go, hey, man, I can't get information. Because people just, man, that mic's popping. They just want to help.
Some of the people out there knew. Some of them go like, "Hey, we can't help you." I'm like, "No, I appreciate that."
Probably because they tried to tell 10 other guys.
I know. Someone said, I mean, you do, and you come off like sounding like such a jerk. Some nice people are just trying to talk to you, and you're like, "Don't tell me anything." I mean, because that's you got to really yell at them, like, "Hey, don't tell me anything." I remember Dudley goes, "I just ignore him." I'm like, "Ah, man." He's like, "I don't even acknowledge him."
Krista, I'm not saying you're a hater. So I guess I'm a hater. I'm not saying you're a hater.
No, the guys above.
You're fighting with people in the comments. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just see every like 10th comment because it's scrolling fast. I'm sorry. No, I wasn't calling you a hater. And I know you're in the industry, and I know you talk to a lot of people like we do. But I don't know. There's just some things I think is there's a lot of things that go on. I mean, one of these days, my goal will be I really and truly, and I'll say this right now, and I know Jacob very well. I want Jacob on the podcast, and I want to just be like, dude, why does everybody hate your guts? Like I do. I want to, like, not have I don't care what swim bait and what rods he throws. Like, I want to talk to him about all this stuff because nobody else is going to ask him that.
Like
Ever.
if he was that big of a cheater coming from FLW, and then he went to Bass, the Bass like tournament directors Trip and the officials and everybody, they hear that chatter. Everybody says, "Hey, you got to watch out for Wheeler because he's a cheater." So don't you think
They're like, oh, we're just bringing him 2 weigh-in bags most of the time.
Yeah, they would watch that, and then he goes to Major League Fishing, and he wins again. They would also watch that. That's kind of my thing. Is like if he's that big of a cheater, he would have been caught. Everybody that has cheated their way up has been, I mean,
Except for Todd.
except for Todd.
Damn fat Todd. He did get kicked out of that pie eating contest down there at the Amarillo Fair.
They didn't let me. Yeah,
You don't live anywhere near Amarillo.
I got DQ'd for that. For
But
sure.
I love George Strait. Doesn't have anything to do with anything, but JB.
Why does everybody hate on Boyd Duckett? He has lots and lots and lots of
I don't
money.
hate on Duckett.
Oh my gosh, Darren talked.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Chris said he handles the hate and negativity. I think he handles it well because he has hordes of fans. On top of that, he really has a big fan base, man. Nobody hates Duckett.
Oh, what's this?
I think any
What's that about?
any shade
I don't
that's
know.
thrown Boyd's way, and for me personally, my only thing that's thrown Boyd's way is I don't like. He comes off arrogant in interviews about things, Sometimes. So can we talk about the person running around and fishing on top of other guys here or no? So there's somebody doing that here in the cup. Landon Tucker coming in. Come
Yeah,
on. Come on, bring us that good
Sonar
stuff.
did it the first day. That was like everybody in the.
Oh, really? Miles Berghoff?
Yeah.
Yeah, but did he do it? I don't even know. What
I didn't know the context of what happened,
only
but I
other
did
thing
see.
that I think Jordan
Agreed,
Osborne
Crystal.
today was he went back to I guess he had some schooling fish, and he went to go and there was a local there sitting on him, and so he asked him, "Hey, would it be all right if I joined in here with you?" And the guy was like, "No."
Yeah.
So Jordan left.
That happened to the Gagliardi in the cup. Gagliardi won.
and I'm
The guy
not.
sat on his goods like cast for cast with him all day long. Told him to get a real job. The guy,
Yeah, I
because he
remember
told the
that.
guy, I'm fishing for $500,000. The guy goes, get a real job.
And you'll get the argument. Most
He's like, I'm not going to make $500,000 in my real job, sir. Can I just please catch a couple more 2-pounders so I can beat Brent Haler?
it's
please.
public water, man.
It's the only professional sport played that way.
I love that
Zona
comment, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's public water. They can do what you want to. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, we know that.
What is it? Zona.
Like,
I think Zona said one time, like, can you imagine the PGA Championship or being at Augusta and like some dude's like, hey, you care if we play through Tiger? Hey, you care if we got? Hey, my ball's over here by this tree. You care if I go?
Hey,
here? Excuse me.
We got a twofer over here,
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
You're
we got a
taking too long.
Tuesday afternoon tournament scramble. We're trying to play. Y'all out here with your damn cameras, right in the way, Tiger. Poor Tiger.
What is it?
What's your opinion on Tiger Woods, Fat Todd?
Huh?
What's your
Listen,
opinion on Tiger Woods?
I'm
You don't have an opinion on it?
old news.
He's old news, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he did win one. I'll give him some credit on that. He came back and won one.
Isn't it funny how people fall from grace? I mean, obviously, like had a lot going on to fall from grace.
What-
But I'm just saying,
Once
like,
he won 13.
you're
or
like,
12.
I like how you're just like, I mean, he won one or whatever.
No, I mean, he
he's
won
still
one.
like the greatest of all time.
No, he
pretty
came
much.
back and won one though. Like a lot of
It
people.
would be
wrote him
like
off.
people saying, like, I
Van
heard
Dam,
someone.
remember when they said about Van Dam? He went like
Yeah.
4 years, and they're like,
They
"Dude,
forgot
he'll
about
never win one."
Dre. They
He's like-
forgot about Dre.
He's like, "Hey,
you can't forget about Dr.
hello,
Dre."
Hello, Grand. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Yeah. Well, I think I heard somebody saying, I won't even say, I actually had a meeting with a company at ICAST that called what I consider to be one of the biggest legends in this sport, and I will not say, called him irrelevant to me in a meeting. And I was like, wait, what'd you just say? He's won like $7 million in the Classic and AOYs and everything else. I'm just like, oh, yeah, definitely irrelevant. Good call there. But it was somebody they had worked with that they were not working with anymore. And I was like, oh, good call. You can fall from grace quick, man. People forget about you. Think about the young people that follow the sport that don't know, like Larry Nixon. Think about that.
I tied Larry Nixon. How good am I?
My man.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Not
I
really-
would,
no,
I
he-
would blow those standings up. I'd get that framed. Tie with Larry Nixon.
But I didn't really tie him though. He came in before me because he caught a bigger bag one day.
Can we discuss Randy Flowers? No, because it's.
I can.
fake.
irrelevant.
You can.
Yeah.
It is irrelevant. Once it switched from whoever was running it to whoever's running it now, like I think it's like not funny at all.
Yeah, we were told somebody bought that page, by the way.
Yeah, somebody bought it.
Somebody
bought the followers.
the original
like,
page.
I know that happened.
Yeah,
Not because it was me, for the love of God.
He
Low
just
Budget Live brought to you by Star Trek.
he did a good video of me. I liked it.
Your video was pretty good.
The jig video.
oh yeah.
Doug Life. It was good.
These degenerates were drooling over thrift whenever Larry is standing there. Yeah, Marshall Gregory was at the Costa camp, and Larry Nixon was there, and a lot of the kids at the Costa camp didn't know who Larry was.
I mean, I get it. Like,
Oh, I get it too.
I get it, man. I
I
mean,
get
they're
it, too.
they're
Like,
young.
he's my dad's bass fishing hero. My dad's 60 years old. Shout out to Marty.
Shout
out to Big Marty.
I drove by him today.
46,000. We got a bigger crowd tonight.
I drove by him today on the water, and I looked over there. I'm like, just out here doing it, man. I mean, that's what I thought about when I drove by him. I'm just like, man, he's just out here like another day, another dollar.
I subscribe to your channel to show my daughter girls are making a push in the fishing industry. You talking to me or Darren? I don't have a lot of ladies on there. Is that just a shot at me? Call me a female or something? I don't know.
Probably.
No,
No, I think you're being nice.
yeah, I'll take that.
Women
back.
in fishing?
Not everyone's being sarcastic.
I always think that though, because I'm such a smart aleck.
Anytime I write something on
I'm
here,
always like, what?
Oh, no, what's bad is like last night I
Heat
was
up.
like all sarcastic, and I'm like, no, Darian, like, what are you doing? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you do. So some of that was not being sarcastic.
Scott Martin's daughter's gonna make it. She has 6,000 subscribers, by the way, on YouTube
She's
right now.
gonna kill it because they're like,
Yeah, I think girls are already making it though. Like Chris is saying, maybe not bass fishing, but like I know several really, and I'm not talking about the like G-string wearing Instagram girls that hold fish that somebody
The
caught.
lure lock girl. What's
Yeah.
her name? Cutie Cakes or something.
Cutie cakes?
Cami Cakes.
Oh, JB knows.
Cami
JB
cakes.
knows.
I
Cami
have
cakes.
no idea what y'all are talking
What
about.
I'm talking about is them thirst trapping, them
Yeah.
tackle box thirst trappers. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about there's a lot of saltwater guides, a lot of fly fishing ladies out there. Big like Captain Mo.
Yep.
down in Venice, Louisiana, is one of the most bad A women you could ever meet, man. She's out there guiding in the Gulf and guiding for them redfish in Venice every single day. Shout out to Journey South Outfitters.
Brandon Dickinson with the comment of the year.
Can we get an encore spider video? Yeah, I'll do another spider video. The problem was, y'all go watch that spider video. The problem with the spider was it's got hooks that are about as big as like a number 7 trout hook on it, and one of the frogs that I was given sinks. Every time you cast it, it just straight sinks. So we'll have to do another one. He got married and pretends he doesn't know. Oh, and your wife's on in the comments. She said, yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
I didn't know, honestly.
Hannah, what's up? Good to see you, girl.
Hannah, you know you're a lot better looking than that chick.
Yeah.
She has
Hannah's a bad boy.
Hannah bad.
Me, Todd, and Darian are all overmarried.
Way over
Way
married.
overmarried because Todd's fat, Darian's stupid, and I'm fat. So
Fat and
fat,
stupid.
hairy, fat, and stupid.
What's up, boo?
Can we get an encore video of Fat Todd with the Hornets?
Dude, I had like 4. I
Can't take it.
I had like I swatted like 4 in the last 2 days, man. They were kind of around me today.
My favorite part of that video was this. This is the noise you made.
My favorite part
You
is
sound
when
like
he
a
gets back
mating
in the
goat.
boat and he's dripping wet and he's scared to death looking
He's
up.
Do you know
thinking.
why?
I mean, I know why, because you jumped off the damn
No,
boat.
no. Like you have to look at the video, man. So listen,
We stick spider hooks in Todd's arm coming in.
listen. If you watch the video,
He
when I
won't
get
even
back-
notice they're so small on that spider.
I get back up there and I'm like, why is there still a couple? Because I swam the boat. Like, if you go on my
pulled
YouTube,
the boat away.
yeah, there's like 2 minutes I'm in the water, like swimming the boat away.
Yeah.
I
Plug
get back
for his
in the,
YouTube, like
yeah.
it.
I get back in the boat and I'm like, why is there still some wasp in the front of my boat?
Hashtag Speedo.
So I get out there and I broke half the bush off with half the hornet's nest still attached to the trolling motor.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see as I turn
behind
like,
the scenes of the Hornet
in the video, if you see it, I turn to the left, you'll see the bush and the little white thing on the bush. It's like half the hornet's nest is still up there, but the other is still right there.
So I'd never heard of that situation existing in my life in flooded trees. I've never done. I mean, I
Oh, yeah.
fish flooded bushes on Kentucky Lake a lot, but
You might watch it where you're about to go.
But truly, when we were out there in January, I was staying with you and Russell. You guys were like, "Yeah, you were telling me stories about the wasp nest." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And then Todd posted that video, and I'm like, "It does exist. It happened." And Todd was warning me about it. You got to watch.
It was way worse. Well, actually, in June is when it only happens usually when the water gets really high in the summertime. You know, the water gets real high, all the wasps go and make the nest right at water level when it peaks out, and as it starts to drop, the wasp nests get higher and higher. Why this one was so low, I don't know, but like that's what you're worried about flipping bushes. Like you ever get one, you're like in a cypress tree or whatever, and you go to get it or it gets hung up, you know. And there,
That's
you
where
know,
that's
you're
where
not
he'd be. Even if he's a 5-pounder, that's where he'd be.
No, man, you're not paying attention. Next thing you know, there's a wasp nest as you try to go in there and get a fish or like shaking the tree.
And you're allergic to them, right?
I mean, I swell up pretty good.
Well, you're already swelled up pretty good all the
Nah,
time.
good
but-
one. I like that. Well, that's good. Was that a compliment or?
No, I'm talking about fat.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Todd, anyways, the reason we brought you here.
It was worth it.
Digging that dude let's fish sticker. Yeah, so right there, got that dude let's fish hitter somewhere. Other side. Session of Carter Andrews. Yeah, it's my boys right there. Gotta celebrate, promote and celebrate. If you would have a Garmin Force trolling motor, you would have got away faster. Come, Marshall
No.
Gregory getting those sponsor plugs. Yeah, you would have.
No,
You would have.
dude, did
Fastest
you
green
see
light,
how
man.
fast they were?
What, the Garmin
The
trolling motor?
wasp.
I was like, I ran the Garmin
Nah,
trolling
man.
motor. I didn't race a wasp or anything.
Dude,
though.
them wasps hit that GoPro quick.
They did get that. What would you guys say is the dark part of the industry? Dark arts. What's the dark part of the industry?
There's a bunch.
Riders events.
The Googans.
Oh,
That's what everyone's saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying it.
Do not catch fish at all. I don't know.
I'll tell you. There's. I'll say this.
Dark arts.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is the stuff.
This is permanent. This is permanent.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this will be on my YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
this is-
Tad.
this-
This is going to be on there.
I'm not even
And-
going that bad.
And just to say, for the record, just so you're prepared for the onslaught that's coming after this whole Jacob Wheeler conversation MLF that's happening.
I didn't get in on that.
Like, MLF called TH Marine after one of my podcasts one time when I got on a rare and roll. So yeah, go ahead and get ready, enjoy.
I'm not
Just
that,
so you know,
I'm not that special, so I'm not worried.
people listen.
about
A lot more
the-
people listen to
the-
this than you think. Go ahead though.
I just think there's a lot, in my opinion.
A lot of dark arts.
I mean,
Well, lay it on me, son.
no,
Let's
I mean,
go.
when you get out there, like you start. Here's what's funny when stuff.
Now I
goes-
yelled and screamed about people talking crap earlier.
No, I'm just saying when a lot of us just don't say a word. Like it doesn't really matter to us, right? I mean, I don't really care what goes on behind the scenes. I got to go do what I got to do anyway, so it doesn't affect me. But I'm just saying, like, when people ask questions, like there's all these controversies and stuff that people talk about.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like, I don't understand or they don't know. The guys that keep quiet about it usually probably know more than everyone else. They just don't say anything. I'm just going to say there's a lot that goes on, and it goes on with small tournaments like the ones me and Josh fish.
Well,
back
what are we
home.
talking about here? You've
I'm
talked in
talking
a
about-
circle.
I'm
Let's
just
go.
no, I'm not going
Bring
to
the- bring
I'm
the
just going
heat.
to say there's a lot that goes on, man, that people get behind the scenes. Like some guy wins a tournament, and he's over there talking about his spot, and man, that guy watched some guy catch him the week before, and no one really, like, people find out stuff. It goes on. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't ever know, and a lot of it's like chatter. A lot of that chatter is true. A lot of it is all I'm going to say. People just don't know, and like sometimes we might like find out 4 or 5. Man, I gotta bring this up. It's so great. There's this spot on Rayburn, right? You got it.
Yeah.
I
Keep
gotta.
going.
I gotta
This
do this
segment
right.
sponsored
This
by
is great.
StarTron. This may be our last episode. Keep
Yeah,
going.
this is great. There's this spot.
If
on,
you ever say what you're talking about,
listen, okay, here it is. Here it is. There's a spot on Rayburn. Okay,
Jesus.
it's.
What spot?
I'll show it to you.
What point?
So there's a spot on Rayburn, and it got really popular two guys were catching fish off of it.
Luke and Todd.
Yeah.
Let's just say, for
Yeah.
example.
Nah, I'm not gonna bring me in.
No.
So, anyways, me and Jason were out there, and we actually were messing around one day and found it. Didn't know we found it. We just found a spot and caught some fish off it. Didn't know anything. So we get a text message from this guy. Y'all better not start on our spot tomorrow. And I'm like, what is he talking about? You know?
Brittany is losing her mind.
Yeah.
That you're going where you're
I
going.
can't. Yeah, because I'm trying to talk code.
You're talking in circles,
I
and
know.
everybody's commenting that. But
Right.
keep going there,
So
Fatty.
listen,
Let's go.
yeah.
Fat Todd the Illuminati.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna keep going. So anyways, we don't know about this one spot, right? We didn't realize it was this special spot until these guys got mad that we were gonna fish it. We weren't gonna fish it. We didn't care. So anyways, I asked Russell about it later, and I said, Russell, man, like, look at this text message I got from these people that like the morning of the tournament, and he was like, "Where is it?" Well, I showed Russell where it is. He's like, "That ain't their spot."
Now you brought Russell into it.
No, yeah. Russell's like, that ain't their spot. And then he told me how that guy followed someone like 10 years ago in a tournament and found that spot. That's how he found it. The guy who went to it 10 years earlier was shown by another guy. And it's like all these like crazy things. But anyways, I mean, but yeah, I got these guys go around getting mad at anyone that fishes this spot. And yet the guys that found it pretty much, or the one guy that found it pretty much followed someone in a tournament 10 years earlier.
Wow.
But he calls it his own.
I
I'm
feel,
just saying.
I feel like
it's
this
crazy.
story was a gigantic letdown for where I thought you were going.
Yeah,
with
I
this.
don't bring up names. I keep the names out.
Do we know the
Protect
names?
the innocent.
Texas people
Look,
know the names.
Yeah.
Corey said, then Todd got out a popping perch, and then he broke 89 rods with one frog till he found the perfect
Bro,
frog.
Dude, that's so true. Corey.
When I fish with
Dude,
Todd,
I like
fish
Corey
with
more
Todd.
and more,
Corey's
man.
the best.
Me and Corey are. I think we're better friends.
Sammy's on. Can we talk about how big of a giant Kyle Walters is? He's a big dude. Kyle Walters. I mean, he's not as big as you are, but he's big. Kyle Walters.
I know. I'm trying to think.
He's big.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Bigger than you.
He could be a professional wrestler. Like he looks like Andre the Giant's like nephew.
6'7".
Yeah, he's 6'7". And I think the 6'7's BS. Like I think he's bigger than 6'7".
The one that coasted. The champion.
That's like putting somebody weighs 206.3 on your like depth chart, and they're really like 6'7" and 280 or whatever.
Cosa party.
Jacob Prosnick is a giant dude coming in. Jay Pros he's solid. Jacob grabbed a hold of me coming out of Top Golf in Orlando, and I couldn't have got away if I'd wanted to.
Jacob Prosnick isn't a giant dude,
He's stout though, dude,
Linebacker.
but he's like 5'7".
Randy Haynes.
and that's that country boy strong too. Randy Haynes is that country boy strong, laying them hardwood floors. Shout out to Randy. He followed me on Instagram again this week because he had stopped following me
Take
because
that.
of some of my comments after taking it to the damn house. I think he got upset with low budget life.
I didn't watch that one. I like Randy. I got respect
Look at
for
these
Randy.
comments are flying in.
That story was a lot like Mike's sex life. Very lame and didn't make a lot of sense. And the comment of the night goes to
I agree.
Justin Lear.
Let's discuss Jason Christie. There's
51,000.
nothing to discuss.
No, we can't talk about Jason Christie. That dude doesn't deserve to be talked about. He's a criminal. Period.
He's irrelevant. But
Not Jason, for all of you that don't know, not Jason Christie, like
Not Jason
half
Christie.
Cherokee and Choctaw Jason Christie, like the other
The
Jason
other one.
Christie.
I will say, Russell tells that story. He's like, "What's this guy over here?" Like he was on tour. Like I think it was at where were we at the second stop? Toho.
Toho.
He was like, "Man, what's this guy doing? He must be on a big fish." He sat on it for like 30, 45 minutes, and Russell was just kind of working down the shoreline. And he was like, he looked up. No, it's just Jason Christie in the middle of the tournament. We're just working on rods and stuff during the tournament. Just rod box open.
I
just
pulled out- I
working
put the-
around. Like
I pulled
no
the boat
care
out
in
at
the world.
Rayburn. I pulled the boat out at Rayburn, and he was in the parking lot. And my camera guy, Austin, had gotten back there an hour earlier with our camera boat driver. And actually, it was Hayden from 6 Cents. Anyways, and he said his trailer was dry. Like an hour before he started, he was sitting in the trunk. Like he just was like, "Give up!" He just decided to quit. It's like first day on tour, trying to prove all these people wrong. Yeah, I just hell with it. I'm just gonna take her to the house, and he just sat in the parking lot, like waited on the way in to start for no reason. Corey fished a saltwater tournament today. Big C, did you win? Sam George coming in there.
I wish.
He was on tour for like 2 weeks. For me, I think the dark arts of the industry as a whole, it's really funny. And Jody White always says this, like top 10 bait articles where the guys are like this. That's what I caught them on this week, knowing good and damn well they're throwing a Ned rig
Whoa,
or
whoa,
something.
whoa.
What?
Have you ever lied about that? Top 10?
No, I don't lie. I've never lied about anything in my life.
I can honestly say I've never lied about a top 10. About
No.
top 10 baits.
I don't make top 10s, so never had to lie. That's how you avoid that.
No,
As an honest
yeah.
person, that's why I don't make top 10s.
I've never lied about a top 10 bait set.
Yeah, but all you throw is Strike King stuff anyways, and they make everything, so there you go.
Not this tournament.
What are you throwing here?
I threw a water plopper a little bit.
But nobody. But that's fair
I
because
didn't make top
nobody
10.
makes. That's right.
There you go.
I hope this isn't the last LBO. It's not.
it just might be the last one that's sponsored.
How much do I weigh, LD? Boys, I'm pushing about 210 right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Already?
Yeah, I'm 210 right
How
now.
much
Fat.
you weigh?
It's all in the gut. So it's all
170.
right here. I ain't bashful though. My wife still likes me, and she's hot.
Hot.
I'm like 205.
On
Plus
tonight's
100.
episode, Derek.
I was gonna say like more like
305.
305 Oreos.
I mean, we're allowed to go up 100 or down.
On tonight's episode, Darian shows us how to take an arrow out of his leg. Would you like to fight Todd on camera?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Not
Darren
tonight.
was working out a
Stutter
little
step.
bit. I was surprised he hadn't done like
Hannah
a
said,
push-up
Corey,
challenge.
I bet you won't shut up. So I've tried.
Hannah, you need to get your last name changed on your YouTube channel, by the
No,
way.
girl, leave it. Leave it, girl.
You're married now.
Leave it, girl. Don't let them people sliding in them DMs know. Leave it. You never know.
What are we doing stupid?
You never
Other
know.
than my stories.
You want to
been good.
put a hook in your arm?
No, I don't. That doesn't intrigue me.
Brad
Hey,
Knight
tell the
versus
people
Todd
we're going to catch
versus
them on.
Darian.
Tell the people we're going to catch them on Friday.
Tell them
By the
where
way,
you're going. Tell them what you're
so
doing.
so Thursday, I'm
50,000
leaving
people.
work. No one at
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it.
Biggest
seriously.
BS bait in the industry.
Stutter step.
No, hold on.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. I think it is too. It looks like a big dumb
Dick.
piece of.
And so on
Dumb
tonight's
piece of
episode, we are going to be canceled.
I'm not. I ain't sponsored by Rattle Trap.
Oh, I thought we were talking about something else.
The
We
trap
don't make
is
nothing that
good,
looks like
but-
no damn stutter step, boy. No, Hannah says she's not changing her last name after your Instagram model comment with a little shooting a bird emoji. So there you go, bud.
Good luck with that.
Holler at me, girl.
So Thursday,
I do
I'm
find it-
driving.
Luke
Oh,
needs to
yeah,
do
yeah.
some Urban Dictionary. Harper's not here. Molix.
Hey, hey,
I don't know anything about that
Hey.
stuff. You ever thrown any of that
Molix
Molix
has got some stuff that's
They got some
flat
cool
stuff.
stuff.
Oh,
I do have some of those
I got
Molix
one.
jigs. Their jigs are the real deal.
Listen, anything that wins ICAST Bait of the Year.
Yes, yeah. 100%.
Todd, I don't know if you saw the spider challenge video I did, but spider get you bit.
Okay, Darian, go ahead because I'm
Yeah,
not
so
really
I'm
good at
driving
this.
to Texas on Thursday. Gonna fish with the Todd
Star Trek.
Castledine on Friday at Rayburn. Maybe Rayburn. Maybe some secret stuff too.
It's not secret anymore. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm
We're gonna.
so we're
I
gonna
haven't
throw a
been-
pop and perch.
I think so. I haven't been since
Me
just
either.
that stupid
Me
tournament
either.
with Jason on the 4th of July.
What you won?
Yeah, we did win.
Our racial
Simpson says
profile.
the stutter step catches giants. He says he disagrees. Kane
No.
catches some big ones. I've honestly, that was a very mom's basement comment to me because I've never tied the thing on just because I think it looks so dumb. And I'm pretty simple in top waters. I throw like the same 4 things.
I don't like anything that's made wrong.
Listen,
The
I
functionality
will
is
tell
not
you
like.
right-
Why would you put something so far? Like it messes. Like the hooks, man. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna have to explain what it looks like, right?
Nah.
I mean,
Big
it
dumb
doesn't
animal.
make any sense to put hooks.
Got them big eyes like this though. Looks at him.
Like I want him to get the hooks, not
Made wrong.
hide
I
the
like
hooks.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a pro comment, by the way.
Otherwise.
I don't like anything that's made wrong.
by the way, one of the best things that Todd has never shared, I don't know if he can share, is the original drawings that he made for the colors of the pop and perch.
They couldn't do them.
Well, you couldn't do them, but like if you could ever share that one day, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I've got them. Like
You shared something recently.
Yeah, I shared one on
on
Instagram.
But
Instagram.
Todd actually drew the color patterns, like the original color patterns, drew the whole thing out and
With a crayon.
with
And then he ate it.
With
with
crayon.
a broke crayon.
with a broke crayon.
Broke crayon. He sharpened it. He sharpened it with a hook file.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Like I created all these things. I sent them in. They're like, can't do that. I said, well,
And they were
They
real.
were like,
So I
they
did
were real.
Michael draw this?
so I was like, I dummied it down a little bit. Can't do that. I dummied it down to like, basically, I did do one of the color by number deals. I had to like literally,
Really?
yeah. But now what they do, like you saw what happened this year. So now all their colors they do now, they figured out some crazy weird way. It took them like 2 years, but it's now all like the 5 new colors we came out with are all actual photos
To print a shad, basically.
on or
Yeah.
a perch.
Yeah.
They
Like,
look
or
good.
frogs or whatever they didn't like to get it on that bait. So
Yeah.
I mean those are actually pictures that we took of fish. Like some of the ones I took and they're on there. It's pretty cool.
Caught them on Pickwick this week on a stutter step. Corey Williams coming in, Big C. One thing a lot of people don't know is the jackal scissor bait.
Yeah.
He does have some. I've seen it. Only problem rear hook is. Y'all ever throw the Jackal TN70? Yes, I have. Worst experience on the pro with another tour pro, no name.
Sam George getting cut off by Austin Felix last year at Chickamauga when he should have won or
What was
something.
your experience though?
Wow.
I know, but I'm just saying it because I feel like it's a pretty big experience.
Yeah, to an 8-pounder.
And I name dropped him for the second night in a
No
row.
names.
No names.
Hey, no names, Darren.
No, don't say Carl Jochimson.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, to win.
Hey,
No,
Kane.
to do good. You thought somebody.
Kane just try a pop and perch one time, and then I
Explain the tail of the pop and perch.
no.
Because a lot of people don't understand, and I didn't understand either. Because honestly, when I see the pop and perch, I was like, man, this thing.
54,000.
Kane
Weird
throws out
flat-
some info, so I want to see like good info on the Spro Frog. And dude, I threw the Spro Frog before this, and my whole goal on making this was make it better than the Spro. That was my goal, and so I will battle Kane on. I'd like to talk to him one day about it and see and just get because he knows his stuff.
Oh, no doubt.
But I got some stuff for him.
But what you explained about the pop and perch, with the way that tail just lays flat, and it's the shape of a fish's tail.
But like, so everyone asks me, do I cut the tail? I've listened to Kane. He also says don't cut the tail, right? Don't cut the tail. Like his Spro Frog's like 2 different deals to make it walk. If you know how to do it, it walks
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
you know.
The tail I never want to cut for a reason. So we made that thing to work fast because this is my whole deal on baits. all baits work really, really good slow. Very
When you
rarely,
speed 'em up.
when you speed up baits, you can see their flaws. So I tried to make a bait that you could work as fast as possible because it's going to work awesome slow if it works good fast. So that tail, when we made that thing, you can work it so fast. So every time you pop it, that tail is like a kite tail, right?
Yeah, like a
It
keel.
calms it down. And what I mean by it calms it down, you're making it go erratic, right? When you pop it. So it goes erratic. And if you wanted to pop it again, most baits, when you pop it as fast as you can, they start to mess up and they start to roll and they start to dive. The tail brings it back as fast as it can. Like it catches that water after it makes it smooth and gets it in a position again to pop it again fast. That's why it doesn't roll, it doesn't dive, it doesn't do that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that tail is so important. It acts as drag to get it back in position, because if it's not in the right position to pop it again, it's not going to work right. That's why, like I said, 75% of all baits will work pretty good normal. But if you really want to speed one up, and sometimes I want to work that thing as fast as possible.
And that's when.
So do you throw a sexy frog in?
No,
You only throw the perch.
or the pad perch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only throw the pad perch. I almost never throw the pad perch unless it's around a bunch of stuff. I'm just not a big, like, I think I can make the pop and perch. I can walk it just like I can a regular one, and then I can pop it if I ever wanted to pop it as
Yeah.
well. So that's
just
just
like-
me.
But you work it pretty fast.
Yeah, except on Darnell when I worked it, moved it every 45 seconds. Yes.
When I fished with Todd at Smith, when he got this man,
30-pound line on a shaky head.
yeah, but that was gangster. But when he got back in that shallow water, I got scared. And here I am, and this giant ass dude with his super rods he's got that what did he say? What did he say he has for his frog rod?
I don't know. I don't even. He don't even
shark
talk about
rod?
it.
Yeah, your
Shark
shark
No,
rod.
well, that one.
No, I know.
We're gonna throw the shark
know.
rod Friday.
I know.
Oh, you're gonna get to see
So-
the shark.
so
rod.
The
Todd-
shark rod's coming out.
So
promise you.
Todd, he had caught him pretty good, but he knew he should be doing a little bit better, and I could tell that he quit talking, and I was like, all right, this man's got in the zone, and so Todd gets back in his pocket, and dude, I basically quit fishing, and I told you that during the day, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think there should be co-anglers in a pro tournament, but I was fortunate to do it, and I loved it, but anyhow, Todd gets back in his pocket, and basically I'm just holding my rod, just watching this thing. Todd starts skipping this popping perch around. He's hitting every single shade spot in the corner, these floating dogs, every shade spot. Oh, this dude's good. But he gets back in the bushes. And I'm like, all right, this is where Todd for real comes out. And he's skipping this popping perch back into these bushes. Really, really hard skips, but hitting all of them. But he hangs up on one of them where he should have got bit, and he should have got bit, and he should have got bit, and he should. Well, then he hangs up. And then, dude, this man turned into a Wolverine, like a real Wolverine. And he just starts shaking stuff, and he's trying to get that frog loose, and it wouldn't come. That 65 wouldn't break, and he's going back and forth with that tree, and all the trees are now shaking, and I just see Todd just over here just hammering on things. So Todd, anyhow, he finally gets it, breaks that 75, screams, he pops his line, breaks the thing. Big moment in the bushes with Todd.
Big moment in the bushes with Todd.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, that story ended like.
Like,
Big
whatever.
moment in the bushes.
I was like, I don't remember this.
I do.
It was not special to Todd. Krista had a good question. I feel like the St. Lawrence River Elite Series is coming up this week, and will Chris and Corey Johnson
Tie
both
for first.
win?
Well,
With Gussie in third.
They both get to practice the same amount of hours.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I heard somebody from FLW throw some shade towards Corey today because he basically said in the Bass Fan article he didn't even really want to be here at the Cup because he was focused on that St. Lawrence tournament, which is kind of like, okay.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. 300,000.
Yeah,
He left today at like 11.
I know. And you're gonna get 10 grand. I mean,
Yeah. Who do I think will do well up there? Obviously the Johnsons,
Carl
Zaldane.
Zaldane for sure.
is it?
I don't know enough guys over
Where
there.
is it at? I mean, can they go to? What is it? Is it on?
No, they're keeping them in like above the lock.
That's what I was gonna
think.
ask. So it's in the river.
All
in the
all
river.
river.
Okay.
Left at 1:30 today, coming in.
Someone asked me something.
Hank Cherry. Hank will catch him on that old jerkbait up there, I'm sure.
Reed, 7'3", Kara swim bait rod.
50,000. Big moments in the bushes. There we go. That's the new low budget live T-shirt.
Big moment.
Big moments in the bushes. That's the isolated clip from this episode. Big moments in the bushes with Fat Todd.
We need to for real remember
Todd,
that.
if my podcast ever takes off really good, and I have like a podcast channel, would you like to have your own podcast called Big Moments in the Bushes with Todd?
I like that.
On this week's, and it'll just be 5-minute episodes, Big Moments in the Bush, and you just tell a different bush story every week. And then this one time, I caught a 10-pounder out of a bush at Rayburn on
I was just going to tell stories that kind of went nowhere.
And this has been
I like that one.
Big Moments in the Bushes with Todd.
We got a wasp story. We got a pop and perk story.
You already got 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2 episodes done, knocked out.
Darian can be your first guest, and he can tell that story again, and you don't have to say a word except for, yeah, I don't remember that. And this has been Big Moments in the Bushes with Todd.
I might have to do that on.
Oh,
That's a good
Todd.
idea. I got this.
I know. So we've been on for over an hour.
Yeah.
So, and my phone's probably going to go dead while we're filming. But you called me one day with a really good idea. So I want to do a segment on Low Budget Live with you from the FLW Cup. And by the way, shout out to Todd for coming by. He's fished all day, long day. Left the fam to come over here with JB.
Yeah, and I also feel weird that Watson and Brittany have both logged off. Just saying. They have not.
Yeah, you
that
might
comment.
ought to.
Yeah.
You might ought to
might
check
oughta
on
check
that. You might ought to check on that. But I appreciate Todd coming. But Todd, you called me one day and you had a really good idea about the cliche things people say at tournaments, like the things that people say at tournaments that get on your nerves the worst.
Oh, which ones can I start on?
Go.
Already go?
Just go.
Okay, this is the best. This is the best.
He wanted to do a whole podcast
my
about this, and
gosh.
now we're here. Started from the bottom.
It was what did we have? It was a 3-fish tournament. Me and my buddy, we won it with 24 pounds for 3 fish, right? And a guy comes up to me and he was like, I'm just telling you.
Hold on. 8 and 8, 16.
Nobody-
8 and 8, 16. Add another 8. That's 24.
24.
We had
That's
like
3
a-
8-pounders.
we had like
for those
a-
of you keeping
a
score, or
9
like a 14 and whatever.
A 9 something, 8, whatever. And so, dude, we had like 3 for 24. And like, it's a bass champs. Like, we won like 20 grand. And this guy I know real well, he comes up to him and he starts talking about this 10-pounder, right? He was like, hey, man, I was fishing for this 10-pounder. We caught all of ours on beds, and he was bed fishing. He was like, man, if we'd caught that 10-pounder, man, it'd have been close. And, or we probably should have won this thing. Like, does anyone understand that you just don't go up to the winner and go tell the winner who's just won the tournament, man, I lost a fish or I would have beat you. And I was like, hey, man, no offense, I lost like 3 10-pounders that day. And they look at you like, and you're like, because now that's my.
Like, you only saw what I weighed in, son.
Yeah, that's my comment now back to him. Like, if anyone says that to me, I'm like, well, man, I lost a 10 or I probably would have won this thing. I'm like, well, I lost like 2 10s. So, if I'd have caught them, I really would have won more.
I really would be.
Because I'm like, what? Like, no one wants to hear that won the tournament.
You know my
No.
favorite one, and it's not really a tournament fishing thing, but after a bad day, what happened? Like,
Or the-
really? Like, your question to me, I just weighed in 5 for 9 pounds and everybody else had 47, is what happened? If I knew that, I'd have had 47 pounds.
What would you
right?
have done different? I have no
What
idea.
happened? And I think-
Everything.
Yeah,
and
everything.
granted- and granted,
from,
I
from
think-
blast off, I'd have tied on
I'd
different
have-
shit.
yeah,
Just went the other way.
Instead of going left, I'd have gone right, or I'd have just put it back on the trailer and went to bed with the cracker barrel.
Hey, we brought
Something.
it up. It wasn't going for the win. Is it that going for the win? Trying to hit a home run. What
No,
were we talking
swinging
about?
for the fence.
Swinging for the fence.
That's always Swindle's biggest pet
Like,
peeve.
I always like that because they're like, man, I really swung for the fence today and it didn't work out. I'm like, so
So did you try to not catch them one
what
day?
did you do? Like, or the best is like, I tied on a 10-inch swim bait and threw it all day long. Well, that was stupid. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't swing for nothing, but not a check.
You went out there and tried to lose. That's what you did. Because I've never heard of anyone winning with a 10-inch swim bait. No one does that. But that's the best. Is like I swung for the fence. I'm like, what does that
Because they got a
mean?
bite on it one
Were you
time
not-
in a YouTube
Were you
video.
not trying to win on day one? Like, were you not trying to catch them on day one? Or just now on day two, you swung for the fence.
Well, I was out of it, so I just went out there and swung for the fences today, and just didn't work out.
I went sight fishing all day long. I passed up all these 5s because I figured I might see a 10.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah. I threw a Ned rig all day on the first day, but
Like you,
today I picked up that big rod, and just went to
big rod,
work.
that
And
big rod.
that big rod. I picked up that big rod, old big rod,
like
Big rod
you want to
Todd.
know why I don't throw a Ned rig and a wacky rig and all this stuff?
because you don't have a spinning rod.
Because I would
mainly.
zero. I don't know how to catch fish doing it. I'm horrible at it. I just don't know how to catch. Like, I'm not good at doing stuff like that. I wish I was. I'd be.
It's like you eating
I'd be
salads,
looking
you're
at
just not
David.
good
I'd
at
be
it.
looking at David Dudley, going, "Hey, thanks for the Angler of the Year trophy," because that dude freaking crushed it. That wasn't a knock on
I
him.
think what you just heard right here on Low Budget Live, ladies and gentlemen, is if Todd ever learns to fish a Ned rig and a wacky worm,
I might win.
he's going to win Angler of the
It's a
Year.
lot.
Dude, because Dudley crushed it
O-
this year.
Only throws a wacky worm ever.
Dude, he's
Pretty
phenomenal.
much only throws a wacky
Hey,
worm.
I'm impressed.
Ever.
There's a
Wacky
couple
Sam.
guys that impress me. Thrift impresses me. John Cox impresses me. Like the shot, like some of that stuff he does. Dude, Dudley going around doing that is in like
Those fish
getting
catchers.
that, like when you look, he'll
I
be
think
like
that's
the
proof
pocket
that you
next
can
to
catch
you.
fish on almost anything.
Yeah.
You're just fish catching.
Like
Like you're a fish catcher, you just find the fish. Like Dudley finds fish every week.
Dude, I'll look at Dudley. I'm like, yeah, he's fishing those 2 pockets, and then he comes in and they're like, I'm like, dude, I'll never forget it. Like a chicken.
I see Dudley every tournament. I feel like I'm always in the same
Yeah.
area as Dudley, always. And I'm like, dang, dude, did you think it was tough day? I mean, I don't have. I mean, I had like
30
25
bites.
bites or
Yeah.
whatever. I got like 19, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Why do I even
freaking
talk to you?
Drink
I know.
Tito's in my room. Talk to Sam about how bad we suck.
It's pretty incredible what he does out there.
Oh, he's
I'm just
impressive.
telling you.
Dudley's amazing, but I feel like saying Dudley is really good is like
No, some
saying
people might not-
Michael
some people
Jordan was
might-
okay at basketball.
Some people might not
Dudley's
get it.
amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing. Greatest of all time. One of.
But two or three of those guys really simplify it, and then there's Thrift who does not simplify it. Like
Yeah, no doubt.
Like Dudley,
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah,
when I
Dudley's
say
simple. Keeps it simple, yeah.
John Cox keeps it simple.
Totally simple. Yeah.
And then Thrift is
What makes
it
John? Yeah, Thrift's complicated.
complicated.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. But I think what makes John Cox maybe the scariest to me, and you're this dude too, is no matter what, he catches them when he wants to catch them.
No, I don't do that. Not like him.
But you do too.
I'm telling you, man. Not
You've
like,
gotten better. You're
I've
not
got-
as stubborn.
I'll go and do like like
'Cause-
a lot of people in Rayburn think I only fish deep, and then a lot of people think I
Yeah.
only fish shallow. Like no, I mean I'll do it all and everything, but I mean I don't go to like if I've seen Cox go and do stuff like I'll go in the back of like 2 creeks, right? I'm like, oh, this is horrible, dude. He'll check like I give up after 2. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this doesn't seem right. He'll go find them.
He just does it.
He'll
That's
just
what he
yeah,
does.
Yeah, and he figures it out almost
All-
every single time.
It
and
never doesn't work out. for him.
right. Well, it doesn't work out for me a lot doing that. So
He's just a
I'll
fish
give up on
catcher.
it. Going, no, this isn't probably the smartest thing to go do. And he still goes and like,
Doesn't know any different. It's just what he does.
yeah, it's just I think it's kind of easy for him. Not
think it's
easy
really
for him,
easy
but
for
it just makes sense for him.
Thrift is the most humble angler I've ever met. Karsten Rainey fishing coming in. I would agree with that.
I'll agree with that.
Thrifty's humble. Dudley's humble. Dudley's just funny, man. Dudley's the most honest guy out here.
Yeah.
If Dudley looks at you and says it's going to take 16 pounds, 3 ounces a day to get a check, you better make sure you got 16 pounds, 3 ounces to get a check. I'm telling you. I've never seen anybody that can guess what a check weight's going to be like that dude.
He told me 36, no problem in this one.
Yep. Yeah, he won't lie. I mean, dude, he knows and he will not lead you astray. He looks at you and tells you that. We were at the Potomac 3 years ago. And, dude, I got some bites and some community holes, but I didn't think it was going to be like a slugfest at all because I just like catch a few and leave. Catch them. There's like 3 big areas they catch me. And I'm like, okay, only got bit there, caught a 4-pounder, got a couple more bites there, got a couple more bites there. That's where I'm going to fish in the tournament. That's where everybody else is going to fish too. One of those deals. Talked to Dudley at the meeting. I'm like, and he's from that area, but what do you think? He's like, oh, Bubba's like going to take 16 a day, easy to get paid. The last time we were there, it took like 13 a day to make the top 20 cut. I was like, dude, you're crazy. He goes, I'm telling you, Bubba, get ready. If you don't have that, get ready. I catch me like 13 and a half the first time. I'm like, I'll be all right. I roll in, I'm like 110th. And Dudley goes, I told you. I told you. Like, dude, he spot on. Just knows, like, oh, no, it's going to take some weight. Like, he knows. He knows. Dudley knows all. I would agree with that, Krista. One thing people don't realize how important the mental side of the sport is, and I think it's the most important. 40,000 watching us on Low Budget Live. Winding down. On Low Budget Live.
Quickly.
D Money is winding down. It's 11 p.m. here. First of all, as we're starting to kind of wind down, I want to say I really do appreciate everybody watching this.
For real.
This has been awesome.
Big night.
This has been one of the most fun nights I've had on Low Budget Live in a long time. Thank y'all for listening. You can, this will be up on YouTube, but I also have this in podcast form so you can listen to it going down the road. I'm a big podcast nut, so I finally got a site to host this and all the episodes. I do Low Budget Live, Not So Live also, where like Todd's called into it before Darian calls in. I just do it there at the house. Don't do it live, little 30-minute episodes most of the time. But I have a lot of fun with it, so I appreciate everybody getting on here and chatting it up. And I appreciate Todd fishing all freaking week and coming over here and chilling with us.
Had a blast. And if you're give some advice from Dudley, watch it in 1.75. Change your world.
Oh my gosh.
Change your world.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you. Thank you for thank y'all for listening. Yeah, Dudley watches 1.75. Like he fast forwards through everything on YouTube. He watches it sped up. Going down the road, he told us that. Said it'll change your life.
I'm telling you, man, dinners with Dudley.
Dinners with
freaking
Dudley.
amazing.
Is that's your
Dinners
next
with-
podcast?
Oh my gosh, dinners
Dinners
with
with
Dudley.
Dudley. It's your free idea, Duds.
Yeah,
Dinners with Dudley.
spin out knowledge.
You guys keep it going. LBL, late check-in. Sorry I missed it. Been a good night. Starbright, thanks for the memories. Yeah, shout out to Startron, Starbright. Shout out to, this has been, we won't do one of these tomorrow night because Darian and I will be driving back home. So shout out to 6 Cents for hooking Darian in the arm on last night's episode.
Yep.
If you missed that, I'll add a link here, but it's also on the page, be the next video below, obviously, if you understand how YouTube works.
Check us out Friday. Me and Darian. Me and D.
Yeah,
Spot.
so Darian and Todd, make sure you're subscribed to Todd's YouTube because he works really, 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 really hard. Posts a
Just
lot of cool
started.
stuff. Just starting, but he films a lot. He's got a lot of
I'll
cool
get
fish
better,
catches,
yeah.
a lot of big fish, and show you some cool stuff, break down some cool stuff. And him and Darian are going to do the dang thing out in Texas this week. I hope Hannah knew that.
She knows.
Brittany does not.
So, Cole Edwards
not driving
fishing.
anyway.
How often do I do LBL? So, Cole, the low
Used to
budget
be.
lives, I used to be more consistent with the lives. I try to do a low budget podcast where it's low budget, the not so live. I try to do one every week or every other week. I try to really hard. I've kind of hit or miss through tournament season, but I'm building a studio right now. Yeah, got that money, boy.
Got that hitter.
Startron. But I'm going to try to do one a week. But there's like 30-something episodes. An awesome one that I did, two I've done with Todd, or two of the best ones for sure. One with Todd and Watson, right? And then one with Todd and Russell.
Russell.
Yeah.
I do want to watch.
Yeah, we did one with Watson. Yeah,
Oh,
down
yeah, yeah,
Texas.
Douglas,
and
Josh
Josh
Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah, and then one with me and Todd and Russell the night before Rayburn was really good too. They're all on Apple Podcast, and then if you got Android, you can check them out on Podbean, Podbean, Podbean. Just search Low Budget Live, you'll find it. Michelle Thomason coming in, the GOAT, LBL. This was can't hide money. Justin Lear says. You know what you can't hide though, Justin?
Drugs in the trunk.
Horses.
We're out.
Horses in the back, boy. Horses in the back. Thank y'all. Low Budget Live. What's Todd's YouTube channel? One more question. Todd- Todd Castledine Fishing. When's the hook and arm session start? It's done. It's done. Thank y'all.
Oh my gosh, that lasts a long time. We don't get back there, no one's gonna even be up. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Never mind. They will be.
They're still rolling.
Huh? That's all right.